Welcome to myAfrican Affairs. President William Ruto on November 23rd announced plans to privatize 35 state-owned companies in a bid to jumpstart the country's economy. He made the announcement during the opening ceremony of the African Stock Exchange Association annual meeting in Nairobi. National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Njuguna Ndung'u on November 27th unveiled the Privatization Programme, in which the first tranche of the 11 state corporations set to be privatized were unveiled. The move comes after the enactment of the Privatization Act 2023, aimed at streamlining the privatization process and reducing bureaucracy. Kenyans have until December 11th to present their views on the privatization program. The privatization program seeks to eradicate challenges facing state-owned enterprises, including inadequate capital, outdated technology, and limited expertise. The following are entities proposed for the privatization program: the Kenyatta International Convention Center, KICC. KICC is a government-owned enterprise that was established under the Tourism Act of 2011 to promote the business of meetings, incentive of travel, and exhibitions. Much as its financial and operational services has been good over the years, the KICC receives government support for recurrent operations. KICC operates in a more mature and competitive sector, with players of the private sector offering the same services both regionally and internationally. Treasury said that privatization of KICC will generate more revenue and reduce the demand for exchequer support. The second state corporation to be privatized is the Kenya Literature Bureau, which is wholly owned by the government. The principal activity of Kenya Literature Bureau, KLB, is to publish, print, and disseminate literary, quality, cultural, and scientific materials. What then are the benefits of privatizing KLB? KLB operates in the more mature sector served by private corporations. Therefore, privatizing KLB will generate more revenue for the country. Third listed government enterprise is National Oil Corporation of Kenya. National Oil Corporation of Kenya is a government-owned enterprise incorporated as a limited liability company with a dual mandate of oil and gas. National Oil Corporation of Kenya was established with the strategic role of stabilization of pricing and to ensure adequate supply of refined oil products, a role it has not performed due to capacity constraints. Treasury said that National Oil Corporation of Kenya has been relying on public funds for project capitals. However, it has been recording poor financial performance with huge losses. Government enterprise to be listed is Kenya Pipeline Company Limited. Kenya Pipeline Company is a limited liability company that was established under the Companies Act in 1973 with the mandate of transporting, storing, and distributing petroleum products. Kenya Pipeline is a monopoly in gas and white oil products transportation, and therefore the National Treasury noted that it was good to establish a regulator. Kenya Pipeline Company is a good and stable company, and its financial and operation has been good over the years and making profits. National Treasury foresees that privatization of Kenya Pipeline will encourage more private sector participation and therefore improve efficiency and competition. The fifth government enterprise to be listed is Privatization East Africa Limited. Privatization East Africa Limited is a limited liability company incorporated on 16th August 2007 wholly by the government through Moi University. The primary mandate of Privatization East Africa Limited is textile manufacture, training, research, and extension. It, however, relies on the national government for the rehabilitation and modernization of the plant and working capital. However, its operational and financial performance has been poor over the years and has been recording losses over time. The sixth parastatal to be listed is Kenya Vehicle Manufacturers. Kenya Vehicle Manufacturers was incorporated as Leyland Limited Kenya in 1974, but later in 1989 it changed its name to Kenya Vehicle Manufacturers, KVM. KVM was originally designed to produce light and heavy commercial vehicle bodies, but it later diversified to buses and trucks. KVM is currently a loss-making company in a competitive market. The privatization of KVM is envisaged to attract capital from the private sector to optimize the company. The seventh parastatal to be listed is New Kenya Creameries Cooperative. New Kenya Cooperative Creameries, NKCC, is a government enterprise wholly owned by the government and was established by the Companies Act in 2004. NKCC was established for strategic roles as an off-taker of dairy milk from dairy farmers for value addition, ensure price stabilization at the farm gate and at the retail point. NKCC operates in a competitive environment just as the private sector. NKCC financial and operational performance has not been good but is asset-rich and has property in prime areas across the country whose potential has not been fully utilized. The eighth parastatal to be listed is Western Kenya Rice Mills. The Western Kenya Rice Mills was incorporated in 1993 and is jointly owned by the National Irrigation Association with 60% shareholding and Western Kenya Rice Farmers at 40% shareholding. Its core business is marketing milled white rice mainly from the Western Kenya. Its performance has mainly been poor over the years, making losses over time. The ninth parastatal to be listed is Mwea Rice Mills. Mwea Rice Mills, MRM, is a subsidiary of National Irrigation Association established as a limited liability company. MRM is jointly owned by the NIA at 55% and Mwea Rice Multipurpose Growers Society Limited at 45%. MRM was incorporated in 1967 to operate as the main rice mill at Mwea Irrigation Scheme, with its major function being storage, milling and marketing of the rice from the irrigation scheme. Privatization of MRM is expected to broaden the base of ownership by encouraging private ownership by entities, especially among members of the cooperative society. Parastatal to be listed is Kenya Seed Company. Kenya Seed Corporation is a state corporation by virtue of majority shareholding by Agricultural Development Corporation at 52.88% shareholding. KSC is a limited liability company that was established in 1956 with a mandate of producing and marketing high-quality certified seeds. KSC serves East Africa region through its subsidiaries and its operational and financial performance has been good over the years. 11th parastatal to be listed is the Numerical Machining Complex, NMC. NMC is a state corporation by virtue of shareholding of Kenya Railways Corporations at 51% and Kenya Shipyards Limited at 49%. Kenya Railways Corporations and Kenya Shipyards Limited are wholly state government corporations. NMC was established under the 1994 Companies Act with the mandate of commercial steel production, engineering design and production of machinery components. NMC's operational and financial performance has been poor due to lack of resources, capital investments and working capital. The big question now is, what is Kenyan's take on the 11th state parastatal to be privatized, and will their opinion be taken into consideration?